Ah. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. See, I'm going to go this way. There we go. There you better. Now you, oh, that's cool. Now you can see Mom. They can see you now, Mom, before you go to sleep. Hello, everyone. It's Teresa. I'm here to help you embrace your life and embrace your purpose. Sorry, I'm coming. This is broadcast, number 4. And I'm a little late today. In fact, I'm a lot late today. Oh, thank you. Hi. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate the love. Today has really been a trying day. As you can see, Mom's going to sleep. She's had a pretty rough day today. And the nurse just left. It's like 7:30 here. So that's very unusual. But overall, we're doing okay. It was an interesting day today. I had a chance to see Bishop T.D. Jakes, his show. I look at it every day. But today, Maria Shriver was on the show. And she was specifically sharing with everyone her I miss you too. I miss you too. I'm sorry I missed you while you were here. I heard you were in Cali. But I enjoyed her story because her father had Alzheimer's. And, you know, she's a champion for the End Alzheimer's movement. And I learned today that Bishop T.D. Jakes lost his mother to Alzheimer's. And I did not know that. I really did not know that. But today was very, very interesting to me because for the first time I really got an idea of the fact of how many people this terrible disease affects. I mean, I knew it was a lot, you know, because I'm living it. But today it was an eye-opener for me. And I really find it interesting that women are affected 3 times as much as men, I think, or yeah, 3 times as much as men. I think that's what the numbers were. And at a younger rate, you know, early onset can be like as early as your 30s. That blew my mind. That totally blew my mind. And so, you know, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Teresa, and I am a chosen vessel. I've embraced that title for the longest. And I'm here to help you understand that you have to embrace your life and embrace your purpose. And what I mean by that is, you know, we all go through some things that are uncomfortable and a lot of things that hurt us. But you have to get to the point where you realize that all things work together for your good. And you have to realize that if God allowed it, then it's part of his plan. Nothing happens without his permission. So no matter how uncomfortable it is, you have to know that this is what his plan is. And so looking at the show today, I realized that there are so many people who have, like myself, come to grasp with that. But also there are a lot of people who struggle with that, getting to that point where they accept what is. The process of having a parent who is, that's my mommy, my beautiful mommy, who are dealing with the day in and day out. Bishop Jakes used a beautiful illustration. Oh my goodness, it was awesome. Where he said being the caregiver of a parent or a loved one with Alzheimer's is like having, I wish I could use it because you know I talk with my hands, but I can't because I'm holding the Periscope phone and the Facebook Live phone. But he used the example, he had sand in his hand, and he said caring for them and watching them daily just leave you, just like the sand leaving your hand. They're there, you know they're there, but it's like a whisper, you know, they're slowly leaving your grasp. And there's really nothing you can do about it. And you know, eventually you're going to open your hand and that, yeah, wow, that's how I felt. That's exactly how I felt. You realize that they're gone. And that just really touched me because when he said that, I was like, okay, somebody gets it. Somebody really gets it, you know. And I just thought that was such a beautiful illustration of exactly what's happening. And for those people who don't get that, I feel so sad for them. That's why I want to help them learn to get to the point where they bust through that wall of denial and the grief in the morning that blocks you from enjoying where you are in this life right now with your loved one. And what I mean by that is, you know, I have a relative who I believe this affects, and I never really thought of it. So I thank Bishop Jakes and Maria Shriver for opening my eyes to this. The fact that they are mourning the person that loved one was. And because you mourn that person, you cannot get to the point where you celebrate and enjoy the person that they are now, because you're so caught up in who they were. So while you're mourning that, you're missing out on these opportunities to see them as they are. I enjoy every single day with my mother. And yes, she's not the Joe Francis that I remember when I was 5 or 12 or 20 or 30 or even 40. And yes, I did go through a period of time where I mourned that person. But it got to the point where I realized I wasn't enjoying her. She's still here. And there are those who will say and look at their loved one and they will say, well, as far as I'm concerned, she's not here anymore. I've heard that with my own ears. But I beg to differ, because I'm here with her every single day. And I'm telling you, up until I started recording, she was talking to me. I knew she was going to drift off. I said, it's now or never. I better do this now because the day is ending. But I was like, Mom, you ready to be on TV? And she didn't say anything. And then I asked her again and she kind of mumbled, mm-hmm. So, she's there. And because I have always had a close relationship with my mother, we've shared things, we've talked about things. I've been through crazy things in my adult lifehood, and I've talked with my mother. And even in her last stages of Alzheimer's, the last time she said my name was about 3 weeks ago, just out the blue. And that had been the first time in about 2 or 3 months. I'm just in here in the room with her, and she just said, Darissa, calling out to Darissa, but Darissa's standing right here. But it was just so beautiful to my ears. I can look in her eyes and I know when she's present. So even though her ability to talk and to communicate has pretty much long gone, she still has some ability to communicate in the sense where she can say words and I understand what the words are. But are they in order? Do they always make sense? No. But sometimes she'll just sprout out something in a complete sentence. And you better catch it while you can. So when she said my name, there's a look in her eyes when I know she is present. And so now that she doesn't really speak, I can still see that look. And I know that she's present. I don't need the words, And when you spend enough time with your loved one and you enjoy and accept where they are and you thank God for every moment that you have, then it becomes very, very easy to not get caught in the mourning of who that person was, because it's a trap. It's a trap from the enemy. You go through that season, but then you let it go, because if you get blocked in that, you can't enjoy this. And I know for a fact that when you get on the other side of this thing, and the other side is coming, there will be resentment, there will be guilt, there will be a grieving that no one can describe, because you didn't use your time wisely to enjoy or embrace what you have. I have her, so I embrace her every chance I get. If the spirit hits me to take a silly picture, I go grab the phone, and there's like 3 around the house. There's always a camera ready. I have video, I have pictures. If it dawns on me that she's awake enough to eat, then I'll go and I make something that I think she will really enjoy. My mother loved apples. When I was a little girl, she used to say, I'm going to buy some red delicious apples. For a long time, I thought she was just making that up. I didn't know that's what they were actually called, red delicious apples. She loves apples. So every opportunity that I get, when I see she's awake and can swallow and do well, I go get her applesauce. If it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and you all who know me on my Facebook, you see I post at 3, 4, and 5 o'clock in the morning because Darissa's up. Whatever. Mom and I do the strangest things at the strangest times. But I know when I get to the other side, there'll be no regrets. There'll be no regrets, because I spent every moment with her. And I know that she knows I love her. Bishop Jake said something that was so powerful, and that was it. I just dropped the mic. He said every mother wants to know that their child, if the shoe was on the other foot, would be there for them in their time of need. And he summed it up by saying, She birthed her own hero. Ah! Now tell me that don't make just make you tear up. That's just the most beautiful thing. It's the most beautiful compliment. I know my mother's proud of me because she used to always tell me, when I had Kylia, she would say, I am so glad God gave you Kylia. And I never really understood that. It kind of went over my head. Now that I'm a full-grown adult, living a full-grown life, having full-grown experiences, I know exactly what she meant. I know exactly what she meant. I take it as a compliment. I love her for it. And I know she's proud of me because even though she can't articulate it now, I know my mother told me when she could. And when she looks at me, when I'm singing with her during the day and we're being silly together, and just the way those eyes look at me, priceless. So I implore you, if you are a caregiver, or if you aren't a caregiver and you have someone in your family who you love dearly and you just can't bring yourself to grasp that this is happening to this person who you knew, who was just together and had, was articulate and maybe just, like my mother, a walking encyclopedia, a walking calculator. I mean, this woman was sharp. Get beyond that. Meet them where they are. You will be so glad you did. You will be so glad you did. I promise you. I promise you, when you get on the other side of this thing, there's a reward of knowing that you did all you could do. All you could do for that one who did all they could do for you. You might be in a situation where maybe you didn't have the best relationship with your parent. This is your chance to put your big girl panties on, put your big boy drawers on, and do the right thing. Do the right thing. What would Jesus do? What did he do? This is your opportunity to show love. And that love is going to carry you so far. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. It's going to carry you so far. You get on the other side of this thing and you look back and you know that God is pleased with you. Come on, baby. There's no other reward than knowing that you are doing the Master's will. And knowing that even though your loved one can't articulate a thank you, that, oh my goodness, mama can't talk, but every now and then, if I'm changing her or feeding her, and she looks at me with the big old pretty eyes, and she'll just say, thank you. I just lose it. It's just, it's incredible the things that God will do for you to show you, you're doing the right thing and that he's proud of you. He'll reward you. Sometimes now, sometimes later, but you'll get your reward. And it's such a wonderful feeling to know that you can love on somebody like this. The nurses tell me, they tease me all the time, and they say, Mom's been in hospice for 2 years, 3 months, and a few days now. I've lost track. In fact, on the 28th will be August, September. Yeah, it'll be 2 months. It'll be 2 months. So 2 years and 2 months. And they're looking at me like, okay, hey, you just love on her. So of course I love on her. This woman carried me for 9 months. And the story she tells is she and Daddy tried 14 years to have me. So you know what I'm saying? They worked hard for me. So it's the very least I can do. She was a wonderful mother. She went through so much, and I admire her. I adore her. That's my girl right there. That's my girl. And I know that I'll never have another. So while she's here and while she's living and breathing, yeah, she's gonna be happy to the best of my ability. On my watch, she is. So anyway, I'm getting off subject because I'm talking about my mama. And I can talk about mama all day. My mama, Joe Francis McAllister, Sister Mac, Auntie Joe, Mama Joe. That's her over there from Montclair Mob Street. Anyway, I just want you all to just know that that when you do right, God sees you. When you do wrong, he sees you. Love on your people. Love on your people while you can. And embrace this particular situation that you find yourself in. Don't see it as a negative thing. He has equipped you, or he wouldn't allow it to happen. He thinks more highly, of you than you probably do yourself. Trust the God that created all things. If he allowed it to be, there's a reason. Give yourself some credit. Give yourself some credit. You can do this. I promise you, you can do this. Find ways to enjoy that beautiful person. Yeah, that beautiful person. Find ways to enjoy. If they love the music, sing them a song. Music is incredible. That's when mama becomes her most alive, when we're singing. We're doing praise and worship. I get up in the morning, I put my daughter on the bus at 6:30 in the morning. So mom and I have time at 6 before the sun even comes up. And I'll come in here and I'll still sing one of those old hymns. And I can literally see herself, her person behind those eyes. I can see it. She can't sing along with me, or if I sing, she teaches all of her grandchildren, she taught all of her grandchildren. The first song they learned was Yes, Jesus Loved Me. So if I don't sing nothing else to her, I sing Yes, Jesus Loved Me, or I'm on the battlefield, or Walk With Me, Lord, and I go back there. I go old school, what I know she knows and what I was raised on. And it's just the look in her eyes. One time I saw her eye kind of tear up. She's in there. She's in there. Don't you let nobody tell you different about your loved one. I don't care what physical state they are in. If they're breathing, they're still in there. Okay? So anyway, I love you all. Thank you, all you chosen vessels, because that's who we are. We are chosen vessels. Can you imagine God, the creator of all? He handpicked us to take care of our loved ones. He entrusted us with our love. I love you too. I love you too. God bless you. I have a daughter who has, I say unique needs. I don't like special. I don't like that. She has unique needs. God entrusted me with her. He entrusted me with mama. Right now, I'm feeling mighty special. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, and I'm like, wow, the God of everything said Darissa Elaine. I just told y'all my middle name. Darissa Elaine McAllister Carnell is well equipped. Okay? She's well equipped. I have equipped her. I have anointed her. Okay, come on. Brothers and sisters, can I get an amen? I'm all that. I know that's not biblical, but that's what it sums up to be. I'm just saying. Through him, I can do all things. All things are possible. All things are possible. So you keep that in mind in your current situation, whatever it may be. A child that's kind of, doing their own thing. The situation with a coworker, a boss, a neighbor, relatives. You are in the situation for a reason. Sit down, get on one accord with God. Ask him, what would you have me to do in this situation? Why did you place me here? Show me, because I can't figure this thing out. And he will show you. He will direct your paths. He will order your steps. He will give you utterance. He'll tell you when to shut up and when to speak. But you have to be open to it. And you have to embrace that thing. It's a journey. And it's a wonderful journey. Life can be wonderful if you let it. If you let it. Okay, so anyway, I love you guys. I really, really do. Mom sleeps, so I'm going to take this opportunity to go check on my daughter because she's a little quiet. And usually about this time, Kylie is in there turning it up, right? So I love you all. Remember, embrace your life. Embrace your purpose. It's your job to figure out what that thing is, okay? And remember that you are a chosen vessel. You are a chosen vessel, and I'm glad to be in your company. Y'all be blessed. Love you.